Welcome back, everybody. My name is Gnome, bringing you yet another Mortal Kombat X tutorial. This tutorial is going to be teaching you how to use Raiden's Brutalities. So without any further ado, if you would like to see a specific brutality, feel free to hop on down to the description below where you will find timestamps to help you get to each one. Otherwise, if you're interested in learning all of Raiden's Brutalities, then stick along with me. I'm going to be starting with the Thunder God variation, and we'll see you there. Alright guys, so first up we have the Super Shocker Brutality. Now in order to perform this brutality, you can be in any one of Raiden's variations. Now what's key to doing this is you're going to want to finish up your opponent with an electrocute move, and while this is happening, you're going to want to hit the Y button or the triangle button, depending on your controller scenario, at least 3 times during the electrocute. That's really all there is to it. So as usual, I'll provide you with an example. Now a general electrocute is down forward Y or down forward triangle, and it should look something like this. And that's really all there is to it. You guys should have no problem pushing the Y or triangle button at least 3 times during this. It's really not that hard to do. Definitely one of the easier brutalities. There really is no other criteria to do this, so you shouldn't have any problems. So let's get in along with it. And again, down forward Y or down forward triangle, and then make sure to hit Y or triangle at least 3 times during the electrocution. Let's go for it. Boom. Very nice. Not bad at all. You know, it does the trick. Not my favorite of his brutalities, but I do like how he does indeed use his electricity, as he is the Thunder God after all. So, on to the next one. Alright guys, so next up we have the Dark Force Brutality. Now in order to perform this brutality, you can be in any one of Raiden's variations. Now what's key to doing this properly is you're going to want to finish up your opponent with a power discharge combo, and I'll use that in an example in a couple moments. And while that is happening, during the electric zaps, during the ending of the animation, which again I will demonstrate, you're going to want to push forward, back, forward as fast as you can. As usual, I'm going to demonstrate this for you, as it can be a little bit confusing for the timing in which you need to push the forward, back, forward input, but here we go. Now to do a power discharge is back X, X, and then X and A at the same time, or back square, square, and then square and X at the same time, and it should look something like this. I like this combo a lot. It's very visually pleasing. The animation's really well done, and it does look like you're getting your ass beat by a Thunder God. Let's do it one more time just to give you guys an example. And that's really all there is to it. I'm actually going to do it a 3rd time, and this time I want you guys to pay attention once more to when he starts using electricity after the opponent is on the ground. That's very key to getting this properly. So once again, pay attention to when he uses the electricity after you throw them on the ground. Now, there you go. So once that electricity starts hitting their upper body, immediately hit forward, back, forward as fast as you can. And that's really all there is to it. So let's go. Finish this little sucker up. Shouldn't be a problem. Again, it is back X, then X, and then X and A at the same time. Or back square, square, and then square and X at the same time. So here we go. Remember to push forward, back, forward, while the opponent is getting hit by the electricity on the ground. Let's do it. And forward, back, forward. There we have it. Very nice. This one's awesome. It totally gores the opponent, destroys their lower body. I have 0 problem with this one. I like this one a lot. Very good brutality. On to the next one. Alright guys, so next up we have the Overload Brutality. Now in order to perform this brutality, you need to be in Raiden's Thunder God variation. Now what's key to doing this properly is you're going to need to get a combo that does at least 30% damage. Now to many this may sound intimidating, but I promise you I'm going to do this in the most easiest way possible. I don't want to make it so the players who watch this struggle too much, so my combos are not going to be too intricate. I apologize if you're here for intricate combos, but keep in mind this is a brutality tutorial video, so my goal is of course to make the brutalities as easy or as visual, you know, make it so you guys can see the brutalities, get them done yourself, and be able to perform them and play them back in practice. And then from there, you can tweak the formula and make it better yourself if you prefer. But again, this is just an example, so here we go. What I'm going to be doing is, to get this 30% combo, we're going to use our X-Ray, because that undoubtedly does at least 30% damage. And the final hit you want itself to come from a Lightning Strike combo. Now, when it says you need to do at least 30% damage, this does not mean you need to do 30% damage and then end with the final hit with the Lightning Strike combo, thankfully. So as usual, I'm going to provide you with an example for this. Now, the Lightning Strike itself should be back X, then Y, and then Y again. Now, on that second Y, you're going to want to hold the button. Or if you're using a PlayStation, it's back square, square, triangle, and then triangle again. And on that second triangle, you're going to hold the button. So I'm going to give you an example of that. Here we go. And there we have it. It's a very good combo, very visually pleasing again. Raiden seems to be a very well worked on character in my opinion. Now, what's important to doing this brutality properly is we need at least 30% combo damage. So, the way we're going to do this is I'm going to start off with a simple square square or a XX depending on your controller. On PlayStation it's going to be square square, and on Xbox it's going to be XX. And it should look like that. And after you do that, immediately transfer into your X-ray. Some of you may be wondering why I'm doing the combo first, and that generally makes it so your opponent is stunned, so they cannot fight back when you go to do the X-ray, and you almost guarantee a hit. So let's go for it. And there we have it. You can already see we've done at least 16% of our damage. Up to 22, 26, 28, and 32. We just made it over. And that's really all there is to it. We have exactly what we need now. Now, simply enough, we simply have to finish our opponent with the lightning strike combo. So let's go ahead and demonstrate that once more. And there we have it, my friends. Remember, I'm gonna explain this once more to you. It is back X, then Y, and Y again. And on that second Y you push, make sure to hold the button so you can get the elongated electricity to do this properly. And if you're on the PlayStation, it's back square, square, triangle, and then triangle again. And make sure to hold the second triangle in the input. So let's go for it. I think we have more than enough explanation on this specific brutality. And if you have any questions, again, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to address them. So here we go. Again, make sure to hold the Y button and the second Y button in the string or triangle, depending on your controller. Make sure to hold it to get this properly. Let's do it. Oh, almost messed up there. Apologies. All right, here we go. There we have it. Very nice, very nice. Almost messed up a couple there. Almost messed up a couple times there, but we got it, and I think you guys get the idea. Again, if you have any questions about this brutality, feel free to leave them down below. I'll be more than happy to address them. On to the next one. Alright guys, so next up we have the Inside You brutality. Now in order to perform this brutality, you need to be in Raiden's Displacer variation. Now what's key to doing this properly is you're going to want to perform at least 10 teleports during the match, and I wouldn't feel too bad about spamming these as opposed to attack, because these are more of a defensive move and not a bear attack that's gonna, ruin the fight for your opponent. You'll just be dodging around a lot, so don't feel bad if you spam this. Feel bad if you spam actual attacks. Now, you want your final hit to come from a ground or air enhanced electric fly. Now, what this means is you're gonna hit the R2 button or the right trigger later on in the attack rather than right out of the gate. Now I'm going to give you a demonstration of this. We can do a extremely enhanced version of this. I'm not going to do it just because I don't have enough special bar to exert and give you guys demonstrations, but just keep in mind if you want to use the enhanced Thunderfly and then enhance it a second time, you do have that ability, but we're not going to be doing it for this demonstration just because I don't have enough special bar to exert in order to give you guys a proper demonstration. So here we go with an example as usual. Now again, we're going to need to teleport at least 10 times, and that's a simple down-up on any controller, so let's go with it. There's 1, here's 2, here's 3, there we go, there's 4, there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go 11 just to be safe, and 12. Okay, now the electric fly is back forward A or back forward X, depending on your controller scenario, and it should look something like this. Simple enough. Most of you, anyone who knows about Raiden, is very familiar with that style of animation and that move by now. Now, what's key to doing this, however, is we're going to need at least one special bar. And while you are hurtling your opponent across the air with the electric fly, you're going to want to hit the right trigger again. So, or rather, just once in this case. You're going to want to hit the right trigger once while you are hurtling your opponent across the air in order to get this to work properly. Now, I'm going to show you what this should look like. And again, make sure to hit the right trigger after you have done this. So here we go. And right trigger. There we have it. Very nice. Does the trick, and it definitely makes that electric shock fly all the more worth it. And that's really all there is to it, my friends. You can see where I display the Inside You combo. It does give you the ability to use a second right trigger. If you want to use the enhanced electric fly and then hit the right trigger, just keep in mind you're going to need 2 special bars to do that. But for the sake of us only having 1 special bar, we're going to use the normal one. So here we go with the electric fly, back forward A or back forward X, and then hit the right trigger after the move has started. So here we go. Boom. Yeah! Hell yeah! That's a really good brutality. It's definitely one of my top favorites. I really have no complaints about that. That is as brutal as it gets, and I love how they managed to use his abilities and his powers to his advantage. I wish more characters could do that rather than just some, gutting and slicing up your opponent. I get it, it's what Mortal Kombat is, but I just wish they used their abilities or their signature moves more in their brutalities to make it more special and more unique. But, we get what we get, and this is definitely one of the well worth it brutalities. So here we go, on to our final brutality. Alright guys, so last up we have the Power Outage Brutality. Now in order to perform this brutality, you need to be in Raiden's Master of Storms variation. Now what's key to doing this properly is you must land a 10-hit combo during the match. Now I'm going to be using the X-Ray to do this, so I apologize if you're looking for intricate combos. Keep in mind this is a brutality tutorial and not a combo tutorial, so I'm trying to make it so that these brutalities are as easy for anyone who new or old to the Mortal Kombat franchise. Now, we're going to move on by getting our final hit from a static trap or a full trap if you prefer to use the enhanced version. So as usual, I'll provide you with an example. Now to do a static trap, you can place them all over the place. So to do one in front of you, it is down forward B or down forward circle, like so. And to put one behind you, it is down back circle or down back B, like so. And once you place two traps, they will electronically charge one another. Now, you can also place some traps above you if you do down down B or down down circle, like so. And you can also place them diagonally if you push in the diagonal direction after you hit down forward B or down back B, depending on the direction you're pushing them. After you hit that direction, hit in the diagonal direction you wish to place them, like so, as you can see. And there we have it. Simple enough. Now let's move on to our X-Ray, and the way I like to start my X-Rays is with a simple combo just to stun our opponent and guarantee that it hits. So on the Xbox, simply hit XX twice, or on the PlayStation, simply hit square square twice, and then hit both back triggers to activate your X-Ray, like so. And there we have it. Simple enough. We're already up to 4 hits. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 hits. There we go. So not only do you do plenty of damage, but you get the 5 more hits than you actually need to do this. And that's really all there is to it, my friends. It's not too hard at all. So without any further ado, let's get this brutality underway. We only have 9 seconds. So let's get it done. So we're going to set a trap behind us and a trap in front of us, and that's really all there is to it. Boom. Awesome. This brutality is not too bad if I do say so myself. Not necessarily my favorite. His Displacer variation, fatality, or brutality rather, is my favorite still. But this one definitely is very nice. I like how the trap can be set up. I've done this a couple times where I've set up the trap full screen and been all the way across the screen and then threw out another trap and still pulled off this brutality properly. So keep in mind, practice with this a little, play with it a little, get used to it, make it your own. Make it so you can get this brutality under almost any circumstances. And that's really all there's to it. So there we have it, my friends. Thank you all very much for watching. Hopefully this tutorial helped you guys out one way or another. And if it did help you out, please leave me a like or a comment down below letting me know what you thought or what you might like to see from future content. If you did enjoy this content, feel free to subscribe because I promise you there's plenty more coming. And without any further ado, thank you all very much for joining me for this episode, and we'll see you next time, guys. Stay safe, stay happy. This brutality is pretty easy to pull off. You just need to make sure you hold up during the final brutality. So let's go for the enhanced version. And there we have it, my friends. Woo! Split him right down the middle. I'm glad that they did find a way to get that demon involved